you place your order and you use your ID number as the promotion code, which I will show you how to do in just a second. Once you use your ID number, you can no longer use that ID number. It becomes invalid. Okay, so you want to order all of your tickets at the same exact time because you can't go back in and use your ID number again. Okay, so we're going to go over how to do this right now. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Let's see. Well, this looks different. Okay, so when you go, you can do this on your phone or you can do it from a desktop computer, laptop, whatever. You're going to go into your web browser and you're going to type in gofan.co. Now, that's not a typo. It has to say co. Okay. Let me put that link for you guys over there. 1 second. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Parents that are in the meeting that don't have access to the chat, don't worry. All of this stuff will be available to everyone online. So mine is auto-populating because I have already played with this application already, but this is what the website will look like. So gofan.co, and then you will start to type in the school. It's not going to pop up right away for you because you have not already done this like I have. So you want to type in Eastwood Academy. Notice there are multiple Eastwoods, so you'll want to make sure you choose ours. That's in Houston, Texas. When you log on, this is what you will see. Eastwood Academy, you want to check the date. You know, you have the right school and the right date by Saturday, June 12th, 12 p.m. That time is incorrect. We know that our graduation begins at 11 a.m. This is being worked on. We've already reported that the time is incorrect, but everything else is correct, right? We're going to have our graduation at Dyer at Delmar Field, located on Mangum Road. On a web browser, on a laptop or desktop, you're going to see this button, Get Tickets. On your cell phone, it'll just be a little gray arrow. So you'll click Get Tickets. And then you'll see an event alert at the top in red. And it reminds you, you can only get 20 tickets max and 5 parking passes per graduate, right? So again, you see the date, Eastwood Academy at the top. It's asking you for a promo code. Your promo code is your ID number. Ms. Varela, can you admit the guests as they come in? Thank you. And so your promo code is your ID number. I'm going to type in my niece's ID number just so that you guys can see what it looks like here. Click apply. And then when you get to the next page, you'll see all of the same information. Says general admission, home and visitor sides are available. The tickets cost $0. You're getting 0% off. And then here you want to click to add the number of tickets that you're going to add to your count. So if you know you only need 5 and you're 100% sure that you're not going to need any more, great, you can stop there. But I highly recommend going all the way up to the max just in case, because if you don't use them, no big deal, right? But if you see how it tells you if you do too many, right? So it limits you to 20. If you don't use them, no harm, no foul. But if you need them, you can't order more later, okay? So then you're going to click get your 20 tickets. It's still $0. And then so you'll just want to verify, you know, that you actually got the amount that you needed over here. You want to make sure that your ID number is correct, because if you're using someone else's ID number, that person's not going to be able to order their tickets, okay? And then it's going to ask you to add information. And this is where it's going to ask you for your first and last name. So her first name is Emily and Martinez. And then you'll click submit. Okay. And then at the very bottom here, it'll say buy now. So notice that the name is appearing, the number is still there, your ID number, click buy now. And then you have two options. You can create an account by clicking sign up, or you can check out as a guest. I highly recommend that you sign up for an account. And the only reason I say that is because you can always sign back in to view your tickets, and then they're always there for you. I'm sure that that's an option if you check out as a guest by clicking on your email and the link and all that good stuff. But I just think that it might be easier to access if you can log directly into the account. So I'm going to stop here. I'm not going to create an account for Emily because then it will use her promo code if I go through the next steps. But the next steps will ask you, of course, to create the account or to check out as a guest. Make sure that when you type in this email address that you check it, double check it, triple check it, do whatever you need to do to make sure that it's accurate, because that is the only way you will be able to access your tickets and your parking passes and all of the things that you need for your guests to get into graduation, okay? So I know that I went through that fast. I've already created a whole graphic, like step-by-step graphic for you guys. You know how I am with wanting people to understand. So I created that for you. I'm also going to drop into the chat the step-by-step PDF that goes through everything I just went through, but it's all written out for you. It doesn't matter which email address you use, Leslie, as long as it's valid and you can check it. So if it's easier to use the HISD one, that's fine. You could use your personal one, that's fine. And so I would definitely redeem. It doesn't matter when you do it. You can do it even, I would assume the day before the actual event, but I would place your order and redeem 20. I wouldn't try to do less than 20 just in case, right? But you have to do all the amount that you're going to order. You do it all at the same time. Fernando, yes, a human body equals a person for the purposes of tickets. And the reason that is because usually they'll say like, oh, if you're under 4, then, you get in free or whatever. Everybody gets in free. The only reason they're putting a cap on the number of bodies is because of social distancing, right? So we can't have too many people in the stadium seats and we're all crowded around each other. So a 2-year-old is a person, an infant is a person, right? So please make sure you let your family know this. It will be HISD-PD that's checking the tickets. If you open this PDF, actually, let me open it right now. Give me just 1 second so you can see the very last step in the process is obviously redeeming the tickets whenever you get to the place. Please keep in mind, be strategic about whose phone these tickets will be on, because they're all electronic, right? But be strategic about whose phone they're on, because you as a graduate will not be entering the same place that your guests are entering, okay? Notice that if you've ever been to, like a sporting event or whatever, or a concert where you have electronic tickets, they're on the mobile device, right? So when you click view my tickets here, those tickets will show up and then the officer will instruct you to hit redeem. So if you hit redeem before you get there, then you don't have tickets to get in, okay? And so you don't want you don't want to take screenshots of the tickets and then send them to your aunts and uncles or anything like that, because it won't be valid. They have to be able to hit that redeem part. Now, what I'm being told, and I haven't been able to see this myself, so if any seniors on campus want to come and process their orders with me so I can take screenshots for everyone else, I'm being told that you can send your tickets to your person electronically. But again, because I can't get to that step without using one of y'all's ID numbers, I don't know what that looks like or if it's actually true, okay? So that is that. Let me go back over here so I can see your comments. All right. Do you know if there's a way to give the tickets to the people? Oh, yes. Yeah. So if you guys start ordering right now and you find out how, please take screenshots, like step-by-step screenshots for me to show me what that looks like so that I can relay that to other people. Because believe me, starting as soon as we hang up, I'm going to get bombarded with all the questions. And I may not have the answers because I don't see what you guys can see once you get past that sign up stage, okay? And yes, I will go over this during senior week as well. Please know that the parking passes, whenever you go through the steps to order your tickets, it tells you that the parking passes will be emailed to you after the fact. So I wouldn't like go through and order your tickets the day of graduation, because what if they don't send you the parking passes in time, right? You want to do it with enough wiggle room for them to be able to send you the parking passes through your email. When we do graduation rehearsal here on campus, I will go through all of this again. But when you print your parking passes, remember there's only 5, so only 5 vehicles per graduate can come into the place. And the reason they limited it to that is because there's not a lot of parking at all. And so when your car arrives, there should be a parking pass on the dashboard so that the police officers will let you in into the parking lot. And then once you're out of the vehicle and you walk up to the field house, then they will start redeeming your ticket. So graduation is going to be at, it's called Dyer at Del Mar Field. It is an outdoor venue, and it's right there where the main district office is. It's in the same kind of parking lot as the district office. It's behind the building, okay? Don't be scared, Isabel. I know it sounds scary, but it's not. It's fairly easy. As long as you order all 20 of your tickets at that one time, and then you type in your correct email address, you should be fine. When I get scared about typing in the wrong email, what I do is I go, like, I'm going to send myself an email, and then I copy and paste my email address just to get it 100% correct with no typos, okay? Yes, for graduation, Cassandra, it does start at 11 a.m. Graduates are supposed to arrive at 10 a.m. And the reason for this is because there's a lot of things we got to get through. We have to get you on alphabetical order. We have to get our top 15% where they need to be. People fix their hair, their gowns, like all kinds of stuff. So will it be the nice field or the smaller one? I'm not exactly sure, Abigail. I mean, the field that I visited during the site visit looked kind of nice to me. I don't think I don't know if I've been to both fields, so I couldn't compare the two. But when you get into the parking lot, it's behind the building. And then us as graduates, whenever we're in line and we start to walk into the venue, we will have to walk through the parking lot, through some gravel, onto the track, down the track, onto the grass, and then back up the field. So please keep that in mind. Again, we're going to go over this all over again during graduation rehearsal, but those of you that plan to wear high heels, please don't, because we don't know if the ground will be wet and your heels might sink into the soil. It might be muddy. I know that there's gravel walking into the venue, so if you're not confident in the heels that you wear, please don't wear them. Are the parking tickets ordered separately than the entry tickets? You don't order parking passes. What will happen is after you order your guest tickets, the email address that you put into the order form, they will send you 5 parking passes via that email. Okay. Let's see, are there any other ones? Are the parking tickets ordered? Will I see the information? Yes, so you should, every screen that I went to right now when I showed you guys how to do it, it shows you like how many tickets you're ordering, your name, your ID number, etc. So it should all be there. And then every graduate automatically gets 5 parking passes. And again, those will be emailed separately, okay? I want to now take the time to make sure you guys understand that next week is senior final exam. So Monday is designated as a, what's it called? Holiday because of Memorial Day. So Monday, we don't have any school, but starting June 1st, you guys will be taking your final exams during your classes for that week. June 4th, which is next Friday, is the last day of instruction for seniors. Okay, so that means if you haven't made up your assignments by then, or you're not finished with your NGs or any of your APEX or anything, right? If you are failing or you haven't earned the credit because of NGs by the end of the day on the 4th, next Friday, you will not be cleared to graduate. And so you will have to spend the following week, instead of participating in senior activities, you will spend the following week making up that credit or doing whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that you earn the credit that you need to graduate, okay? So that includes prom, which is on Saturday, right? Saturday, June 5th. So please make sure you do everything you're supposed to do so that none of that happens to you. Now, senior week, there are different activities planned. The very first one is the senior brunch with an award ceremony, right? And so for that award ceremony, please make sure that you arrive. You'll notice that in that box or bulletin I sent, you guys don't have to be here until 9:30 every day that last week of school. And then you're only going to be here for about an hour or so. But during the senior brunch, we are paying for your meal. And this is just for the graduate, not parents on that first day, guys. And so during that ceremony, we will give out your graduation cords. For those of you that were in certain clubs or finished certain certifications, we have cords for you. These go around your neck when you graduate for you to show off. We also have some medals to give out for certain individuals. And then, of course, if you were ever a Eastwood Student of the Month, like Sophia was, then you get a plaque. And then, of course, we as an administration decided on a Student of the Year in each grade level. So we have a big trophy for that as well. This is also the time that we celebrate any other milestones that you've been nominated for, either by your teachers or by anyone else on campus. So please make sure you take the time to come to the awards ceremony. We invite everybody, all of our seniors who are virtual or otherwise. So if you've never been on campus this year, now's the time to do it, right? And then on the next day, we have what we call a senior signing day. So it'll mimic graduation. We call your names individually. We say what you're doing after high school. We celebrate that. And then for those of you that are going to college, military, or otherwise, we have invited those college reps or your recruiters to be here to give you some swag for the institution you plan to attend. And then we also have a lot of giveaways. So in my office right now, there's a $1,000 scholarship check I'm going to give away that day. There are microwaves, there's comforters, there's a coffee maker, and then there's also gift cards for money that some of my friends of Eastwood have donated to you all. And our PTO plans to give away some gift cards as well. So you definitely want to be here on the award ceremony and the senior signing day. The way that you will earn some of these giveaways is by turning in your scholarship offer letters, your award, what is it called? The acceptance notification letters to Miss Stanley or Miss Brooks. Every time you have turned in one of those things, your name goes into the drawing. Your name automatically goes into the drawing just for being here physically, but you'll get more entries based on the letters that you have turned in to Miss Stanley or to Miss Brooks. So you don't want to miss out on earning some money or any of these freebies, okay? Even if you don't have a scholarship, you do have a letter of admissions, right? Whether it be to HCC, UHD, U of H. I know we have some Wesleyan people in here, right? You can send your rejections as well. Please make sure that you guys have done everything you need to do so that on senior checkout day, which is June 11th, you're not waiting forever here, right? To try to print out your stuff and all that. Let's see. Even if you don't plan to attend or plan to accept the money that's been offered to you, we still need those letters because we're audited by the district to make sure that we're doing our jobs. So still send any offer letters you've received, regardless of whether you plan to accept them or not, okay? And then the next day we have, the third day we have graduation rehearsal. So we will actually line you guys up and we will practice at least 4 times coming in the order you're going to arrive at the graduation ceremony. We'll practice calling the names so that whenever the real day comes on Saturday, June 12th, you won't feel like, oh my gosh, what is this? What am I doing? What if I mess up, right? You'll know exactly what to do and how it will feel. Okay, any other questions? I am about to, when we hang up on this call, number one, I'm going to upload the video so that y'all have it in Teams and on the hub. And then I'm also going to post the screen by screen instructions of how to order your tickets. So in case anyone wasn't able to attend now, but it looks like we have about 85 of y'all in here now. So graduation, are you asking about graduation, Cassandra, or are you asking about the other events during senior week? Because during senior week, each of the events will probably be about an hour to an hour and a half, and graduation itself will, it usually ends at about 45 minutes from the time we stop, the time we start. So if we always start right at 11 o'clock. As soon as that clock hits 11, the people at the venue play Pomp and Circumstance, and we have to start walking immediately. So I would expect to be out of graduation anywhere from 11:40 to 11:45. We are being told that you can't take anything into graduation. So like no balloons, no air horns, none of that. And so also please know this, and again, we go over this during graduation rehearsal. Students are not allowed to have graduates are not allowed to have their cell phones on them. And we go through this every year. Someone arrives really late and then they have their cell phone in the pocket, and then HISDPD sends them away and says, you can't have that in here. And so one of two things happens. Either one, they end up being insanely late because they have to go look for their parent to go give them the phone, or they have to go back to their car to put it in there. So your parents will be allowed to give y'all flowers, usually at the end of the graduation. I don't know whether they let them in with them or not, but I can get those details and I'll have them for you at graduation rehearsal, okay? Don't freak out, okay? So the only cords that we have, guys, are the cords that I personally ordered for y'all, and we paid for them. If you guys played something for Austin, or they plan to give out things, they haven't emailed me about it and they haven't provided me your cords. So I don't know what they plan to do for y'all there, okay? Yes, you are allowed to decorate your caps. We encourage you guys to decorate your caps. We always enjoy seeing those, but of course we want them to not have profanity or inappropriate things on them, obviously, okay? What if we're unable to attend some of the days of the senior week? That is not a problem, Simon. Whatever days you don't come, each day that week, there will be a general sign-in post on the Class of 2021 channel. And so you need to click that for official attendance for the day, okay? If it rains, if it's scheduled to rain or storm or anything the day of graduation, they will cancel graduation and reschedule it. There is a backup plan for it because it has to be outdoors, and they're pretty good about calling it like the day before. So it's not going to be like last minute, an hour before, all of a sudden it's canceled. Okay, we would know with enough notice. Okay, and so when you guys, and we'll go over graduation at graduation rehearsal. And so if you're going to miss rehearsal, we will try to live stream it and then record it as we're doing it as well. But I would highly encourage you to not miss graduation rehearsal if you can avoid it. Okay. But even if you missed it, right? It is, and Ariana, you're in the S's, right? So you're going to be in back of someone, and you just follow guidance from them. Okay. All right. I got to let y'all get back to class or to advocacy. I want to say one last thing to all of you. I want each and every single one of y'all to graduate in June. So please take this time to make sure you're doing everything you can to turn in missing assignments, to clear up your NGs. We have been making phone calls like crazy this week to your parents if you're in danger of not graduating. So please just do what we've been begging you to do for weeks, okay? And today I'm going to be sending out some personal Teams chats to those of you that are in danger of accumulating a new NG this semester. So you may think you're in the clear, that you cleared up your NGs from last fall, but some of you are still absent a lot. And so you can still get NGs this spring semester, and then you'll be stuck working on Apex curriculum the week of senior activity. So don't put yourself in that situation. It's so easy to get marked present every day in the virtual setting, okay? All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to now end the call. Please don't join back into this meeting